man, dear sister, who saw my qualities and made me his wife instead of his idol.
True, we are both happily married, and yet you, the loveliest girl in all the world, has yet to be married.
Perhaps it is the curse of the gods. Someone told me the other day that no one bothers to pay homage to Aphrodite, for they believe I am the goddess in disguise.
My dearest Psyche, there are many people outside waiting to witness your loveliness.
Are any of them suitors?
No, I'm afraid not. They're just mere pilgrims. But don't concern yourself about husbands right now. I'm off to see the oracle of Apollo, and there she will tell me when your husband will be present.
Meanwhile, in Aphrodite's gardens...
Who does that girl think she is? She is nothing compared to me. Eros, come to your mother at once.
Yes, mother?
There is a human girl who thinks she's more beautiful than me. Isn't that outrageous?
Of course, you're a goddess, and no mortal can match that.
Oh, my son. What should I do? Soon they will all begin to worship her.
Of course not. She'll die like every other mortal, and soon your temples will be bursting out at the seams with gifts and homes.
To be sure, use your arrows and make her fall in love with the most disgusting, ugliest thing you can think of.
Of course. Where is she? Oh my gosh, I'm in love with the mortal Psyche. Apollo! I need to see Apollo!
Gold?
Yes, you see that go over there?
I'm the sun god, I see everything.
Cool. I need your help. Perhaps you can tell her father Apollo's prophecy so I can take her away to my mansion.
Fine. I can do that.
So, as Eros and Apollo had agreed, the oracle told Psyche's father an untrue prophecy. The oracle said that Psyche's beauty was too great and that the gods were punishing her by making her the wife of a terrible winged serpent. Psyche told her family not to weep for her as she dressed in mourning clothes. As instructed, her family left her on a hilltop to suffer her fate. However, as she waited, the wind suddenly carried her away to a beautiful mansion.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Do not fear, dear Psyche. This house is yours, and your husband will come to you after the sun has set.
Who are you?
We are here to provide you with whatever you need.
Though Psyche was anxious to see her new husband, she had to wait until it was so dark that she couldn't see anything before she heard a voice that was different from the rest.
Beautiful maiden, do you enjoy your new home?
I do. Are you the master of this house?
If you wish it, I am in love with you, Psyche. Please, whatever you ask for shall be yours.
I would like to see you. It is so dark. I can't.
No, that's the only thing I cannot grant you.
Why?
I only want you to love me. Appearances do not matter. I don't want them to matter. I want you to love me no matter who I am or what I look like. Monster, god, or mortal. Will you promise me that you will not try to see me?
I promise.
And so be it.
Psyche kept her promise, and for a time, she was happy to spend the nights with her unseen husband and walk alone in the gardens during the day. However, she still felt a wave of loneliness and sorrow wash over her every time she thought about her family. She longed to see her father and her sisters and let them know she was alive and well. Eros knew she missed her family, but he warned against the idea. "Meeting your family will only cause our love's destruction," he said. But he did eventually grant her request and sent the wind to carry her sisters there. Psyche was overjoyed to see her sisters.
Sisters, I've missed you. Oh, dear Psyche, we missed you too. We thought you were dead or worse. Mother's still been mourning you.
Oh, please tell him I'm all right.
Oh, we will, dear Psyche. Just, he'll probably want to know who your husband is.
Well, he's very kind and generous. Just tell Papa that I'm fine.
Will we be able to meet him?
He's off hunting right now, and he won't be back until dark.
Is he handsome?
Yes, very.
He's homely, isn't he? I can tell by the way you hesitate.
Sister, don't be rude. I'm sure he's handsome enough to own all of this.
Will we ever get to see him?
Well, he's usually not home during the day. There's lots of wild creatures in the woods that he likes to see.
What color are his eyes?
I haven't really looked.
You've never looked into his eyes. How unromantic.
Well, I've kind of forgotten. I think they're green like emeralds.
Sister, may I speak with you a moment?
Of course.
How many newlywed women do you know, sister, who don't know the color of their husband's eyes?
None.
And how many women do you know who don't know if their husband is homely?
Not even I feel tired of Psyche getting the best of everything. Don't you, sister?
Yes, every time I look at her, I am filled with jealousy. Let's ruin her once and for all. Just follow my lead.
Is there something wrong, sisters?
Well, no, Psyche. It's just that if we don't bring a detailed description back to Father about your husband, he won't be very happy with us.
He will think that we just made up that you were alive and happily married just to comfort him.
Well, tell us what it is.
Well,
You've never even set eyes upon him, have you?
yes, I have. I really have.
Please, Psyche, understand we have nothing but concern for you. You see, we know the truth. Your husband really isn't a man. He's a terrible winged serpent. The serpent that Apollo foretold he would be.
You can't be right. He can't be.
Psyche, we know it's hard to believe, but he only does this so he won't frighten you away. But soon he'll turn on you.
But, dear sisters, I cannot imagine you lying to me. And your logic, it seems so right. Why else does he hide from me? There must be something wrong.
Well, dear Psyche, it must have been your beauty that would tempt such a monster to want to take you away.
What should I do?
Well, what you must do is wait till he's asleep. And when you lift the candle to his face, you will see all the horrors that we have promised. And then you must stab him with a knife, and we will carry you away with us when he is dead.
Psyche waited until she was sure her husband was asleep and made her way to his room. She lifted the candle so she could see him and was about to plunge the knife into his heart when the light shined on his face.
My husband's the god of love.
She was so awestruck by his beauty that she dropped the knife in surprise and spilled some of the candle's hot oil onto his shoulder.
Eros, wait! Eros, please, no!
I must show my husband I still love him, even if he does not care for me anymore, Psyche resolved, and with this she set off. She traveled for days and nights and prayed to the gods for help. Meanwhile, after fleeing from Psyche, Eros went to his mother's house to have his burn healed.
Mother, I'm home.
Eros, what happened to your shoulder?
Nothing, I just have a broken heart.
Who did you fall in love with?
I fell in love with Psyche, but she betrayed me.
Psyche! She may take my offerings, but she will not take my son!
As Aphrodite was raged with jealousy, Psyche was still wandering aimlessly searching for Eros. She decided to go to Aphrodite herself and try to please the goddess by offering herself as a humble servant.
I come before the awesome goddess of all things that are beautiful and lovely in the world and ask for her audience.
Do you really think you deserve one?
My lady Aphrodite, I ask that I might be made as your humble servant in order to try and please you.
As long as you have that hateful beauty, I will never be pleased. Do you really think you can come to me to ask for help for a new husband when your first husband doesn't even want you?
But please, your loveliness, I have nowhere else to go.
Fine, then I will grant you my service.
Thank you, my lady.
Your service begins now. Go down to the land of Hades and take this box with you. When you reach the throne of the queen of the underworld, ask Lady Persephone to fill this box with some of her beauty.
Psyche was guided on how to reach the underworld and safely made her way to Persephone's throne. Persephone gladly filled the box, and Psyche hurried back to the surface.
Aphrodite keeps Eros locked away and hidden from me. I will never see my dear husband again. Perhaps if I use a little of whatever's in here.
Oh, Eros.
And so Eros went to Zeus, ruler of all gods, and asked his permission to make Psyche immortal. His request was granted, and from then on, love and the soul, for that is what Psyche means, have never again been parted. And as for Aphrodite, her anger faded in Psyche's immortality. So, in the end, after all the trial and suffering, the two lovers found each other, and their union was never broken.